Hear what I say, we are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. RT&J, we the new PB&J. We dropped the classic today. We did a tablet of acid today. Lit joints with the matches and ashes away. We dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
Doctors of death, killing our patients of breath. We are the pain you can trust. Crooked it work, hooking up curses and slurs. Smoking my brain in a mush. I became famous for blaming you fucks. Naming my way through the brush. There was no training or taming of me and my bruh. Live like a man, but I'm animal raw.
We are the murderers pair. That with the jail and we murdered the murderers there. Then with the hell and discovered the devil delivered some hurt and despair. Used to have powder to push. Now I smoke pounds of the kush. Holy, I'm burning the bush. Now I give a fuck about none of this shit. You run her over and out of this bitch.
Step into the spotlight. Copying of uppers and downers get done. I'm in a rush to be numb. Dropping 1,000 ain't much. Come from the clouds on a missile to turn this whole town into dust. Don't make a sound, baby, hush. I am the living swipe right on the mic, I'm a slut. I don't know how to not spit like a loud. I spill it pound on my kids on your couch.
Half of a Mongol and mythical team, dealing this treacherous thing. Legend says Ellen's a spun out of hell. The myth is my mama's a murderous queen. Yo, like it in like in Godfather 1. You get the gun as I christen my son. If I die today in this hell I should pay. Tell the Lord Mikey said fuck it was fun.
Every new record's my dick in a box. We get a doozy, the moolah's a lot. You're getting used to me doing no wrong. I don't play chicken, you prick, I'm a fox. You wanna kick it, I'll give you the rocks. You kiss the wood chipper blade if you bark. I'm fucking magic, in fact I'm a war like a talk. I got a unicorn horn.
Stop.
Step into the spotlight. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes.
Okay. Mike Pin the jelly won't snitch. I rent a room at the Ritz. I sip a fifth of the whisk. I smoke a dub in the tub. Then I will split on my wrist.
I'll pull a sword on you Sims, just for the flick of the wrist. Get your neck given a miss. Me and my skip away whistling and grin. Every day's golden when you only win.
Bullying bastards and beating on beats. Sounds like a day at the beach.
Preach.
I keep the middle school step on your feet. Before you can speak, blow to the feet.
We move among the ones you think of me. You think I'm lying, you right, see my teeth. Don't be a bore when I'm raw if I move. Hunting's no fun when your prey doesn't move. I put a gun to a bunny like choose. Say something funny, your bunny go boom. You got a bevy of shit you could groove. We like to thank you for choosing our crew.
And that's from the crew you can trust. Warranty plus for fucking shit up. We are the no-gooders, do-gooders, known to the dancers and dealers and doers of dust.
くしてく影も止めらんないよ。どうしてどうしてどうしてなんて言ったって誰も知らないんだ。どこもかしこのしがらみまとわりついてるでしょ。どうせどうせどうせなんて言ったって結局脆いんだ。境界線越えたら急にも知らん顔するでしょ。ほら腐った世界だ。
From another world, and I couldn't love another girl. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm intoxicated. In a room full of frozen faces, in a moment of fraction time, we eclipse in a conversation as the words they pass us by. With you we could be the only ones here. 'Cause I think you're from another world, and I couldn't love another girl. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm intoxicated, intoxicated. To the sky, flying high, take me to the moon. Day or night, we don't have to say a word. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm intoxicated, intoxicated. Your eyes like a shot of whiskey, warms me up like a summer night. Can you tell that I need you with me? Let me drink you down tonight. No, I don't just want any pretty face. Wanna wake up next to yours each day. Baby, won't you be my saving grace tonight? Tonight, with you we could be the only ones here. 'Cause I think you're from another world, and I couldn't love another girl. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm intoxicated, intoxicated. another girl, 'cause you make me feel like I'm intoxicated.
And I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation at NC. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen them drop. If I ain't got a weapon, I'ma pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'm gonna continue to rock. Get your ass on the wall with your 2 left feet. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Don't let that fine girl pass you by. Look real close, control like
It's like, I was legit ready to like talk, to like say hello everybody, blah blah blah.
The nice song started, we have to listen.
It's like, yeah man, I was like legit.
I think we won, man.
Okay, we are on right now. So as I said, like, so everybody get the message. I know we are online right now, so everybody message what we're talking. It was like, we're telling Tujul to go online so we can like start the stream and everything. And then that song starts and it's like so funny.
Song, man. Yeah, this like one man.
Like okay guys, so we are here back, as we said, with another episode from Star Wars, Gorz the Return. Holy shit, man.
What the fuck, man? You could say Terminator, I'll be back, baby.
I know, right?
So welcome back, Gorz. Welcome back. How's it going, man?
Thank you.
How's it going?
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry for the past podcast. I did my best to try to fix the internet. Actually, I did it today, but the internet get DC'd. Well, you know, this is what it likes in Morocco. So I would say here, don't go anywhere. Well, thank you for having me, and my name is Khalid. I'm an editor. It's been like 5 years since I've been editing. Well, my story then is like long time, 8-9 years, I guess. If you have any question, if you have anything, feel free to ask me. I'll be more in a pleasure to.
Yeah, just leave.
I'll try to answer everything.
Just leave in the YouTube chat any question,
or like
in the ridiculous text channel any question you have, or any tell to Gorz. We'll make sure that we did everything. When the time will come to like pick questions and everything, we'll like start to pick up and like, you know, make sure that your name will be displayed and like your question and whatever you want to talk.
And you're gonna get famous, Kappa.
Yes. Gorz will talk to you. God is touching you.
Yes, it's like, you know, when you do a handshake with somebody, they'll be like, I'm not gonna watch this thing for a week, you know. Like, easy.
Exactly, man. So let's move on. You already started to talk something about yourself. So let's continue in that regard. You said something like you started editing for like, and I know we're talking last podcast about this stuff, but just tell us once again for the newcomers, or like for the people that like missed the last podcast, even though it's like they can't access it anymore. Just like tell us something about you, like editing. Let's start like you said you started to edit like 8 years ago. That's 2011. Let's go back in 2011. How do we start as being Gorz?
All right. Well, my story with AMV is, started in 2008, 2009, I think. It was with my brother, actually. He randomly showed me a video of Naruto, I guess. It was Naruto AMV. It was pretty amazing. Back in the days, it was really amazing. I was quite stunned people could do this kind of things. So I started digging. I started looking around, like, where do people actually make these videos and where do they post them? And little by little, I get to know communities. I was introduced to AMV News back then. There were a lot of old editors that stopped editing now.
Yeah,
but it was quite an atmosphere, like lots of contests, a lot of people editing. I was back then just a viewer. I would watch the videos and leave a comment if I like. And little by little, I get to know people. I get to stick around with other communities, other people.
You said your
Yeah.
brother gave you this AMV. Does that mean he's editing too, or he wasn't editing?
Yeah, he was actually. If you guys know, then if you Google him, you probably see some of his work. He was actually quite young back then. He was like 14 years old, and I was so jealous. Anyway,
If you want, can you tell us his like nickname? Only if like if you want or something.
you want me a link? You want to give you a link?
A nickname, just his nickname, like
Yeah, his name is Raichu. I'm gonna leave it here.
just like if people like curious search, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm curious myself to like
We're
watch
gonna
Gorz
see.
brother.
We're gonna
Yeah,
see
that's.
Gorz master, you know, man, like master.
Well, if you think
Well,
about
he was pretty young back then, so.
What's up?
But I was
you're
quite
older
jealous.
than him.
Yeah, I am.
Alright.
He actually participated in Level Up in 2009, and he got second place. And
Okay.
I thought it was really amazing. He got me into this videos thing, like video business. He
Yes,
taught me
very
some
serious.
stuff like what program should I be like making videos with and stuff. And since then I got my start. I got to talk to people. I got to watch contests. I got to, just stick around, see what others people do, and try to copy them. Try to make something like them.
Yeah, something
Time,
similar.
Yeah, but I think the first AMV that really got me into this like AMV thing was Spoil. It was a Nacros winner in 2008, I guess, 2009.
very good AV. Very
It was
impressive.
around. I don't remember the dates clearly, but it was around that. Yeah. Since then, I started to think to take this thing a little more serious.
So we have to thank your brother, or what? Like, we got every time you give
Yes.
good quality AMV to watch, we gotta
We gotta be
secretly
like,
think,
yeah.
be like, if there was no brother, there will be no Gorz, right?
Yeah. I think I left your name in Discord. Maybe I.
Yeah,
think I-
we'll make sure. We'll make sure.
Yeah, you can share it.
So that's amazing.
Yeah,
man. You started
He has
with
some. He has some videos on AMV News if you look up this name.
Yeah, we're gonna check it after. Don't worry, man.
I'll just leave it like everywhere, so in case people wants to like check it and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as I said, you started with your family actually. Like that's amazing. You found with your brother a hobby to do, something common to do. It was your brother, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
So,
pretty sure
like,
it felt
well-
amazing.
It does, especially the fact that I'm in Morocco. It's kind of lonely here, if so to speak. Like there are no editors. I mean, I think I know one or two. Eventually stopped editing, so basically there's no community here. I mean, you guys in Europe or America, it's kind of different. You guys, people, I know you can hang out, you can have this spirit of a community. Here, it's most of the time I'm talking to people who are living in another continent, and you have literally to get into the mindset to be able to communicate, to converse, to exchange ideas and stuff.
Yeah, I get
But
what you mean.
it did not stop me actually from. I think I met, if I say 80% of people like I know right now, they're like from the AMV community, and which sucks that I haven't get the chance to meet them all, but hopefully one day. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're still young, man. You have time. There's still time, boys. Still time.
Well, why not?
Yeah, I think that would be amazing because.
I mean, it's really nice to have some interactions with each other, and I mean, we spend days together talking and
Yeah.
like editing
Yeah, especially when we
together.
share this hobby. I think it's pretty interesting. It's amazing.
I mean, we have
It's
something
amazing.
in common, I guess, and I mean,
It's all about the
good.
mentality, boys. Anyway,
We-
let's move
we can
on.
exchange, yeah.
So you started this with your brother and stuff like this, but for me personally, I might be wrong or not. Maybe they're like out there more editors like this, but for me, from like my information and what I know, you're the only editor that won Level Up and Across in same year, man. Like That's fucking insane, man. Like,
That's I was
how did you make it possible? Like, how did you make it possible?
I think I really enjoy making videos.
I think I like to edit, right? I think it helps.
Well, to be honest, I think I bribed the judge. I give him money every single one of them.
There you go, man. Now you're being real, man.
That's the truth. That's the terrible truth. Actually,
There's the mafia.
I stole all the Russian money they take from the AMV News, and I told them that I really needed to win this contest, man. I cannot stop. I cannot not win a contest anymore. I have to win. So I talked to Turbo and said, you know what? Okay, let's do this. No one knows you. Maybe if I give you money, maybe they can move this community a little bit. All right, let's do this.
You pull up 100.
That seemed interesting. I've never heard your name anyway. So even if you lose, no one's gonna believe you. So you're nobody.
Exactly.
Okay.
That was a good one, dude.
If you were to believe, how about the work? Like, money to win, I get it, but how about the work? Like, how do you justify the works? Because the AMVs were really good, like their first place.
No, like you win money from a cross, you don't win anything. So you win nothing from a cross. It's not like, well, you have the exposure, like a lot of people get to see your video. That's amazing, and also it pushes you literally, like you want to compete with the best editors. And
yeah,
you
that's actually really important.
Yeah, I think that's really what makes. If you're really into like serious about making something good, I mean,
yeah.
Did you ever imagine
something?
Did you ever imagine that you're gonna win both of them in the same year?
No.
Like,
no.
Did you try to win them, or it happened?
I'm pretty sure you tried to win them.
I was under the spell of this idea that holy shit, you get to take like some scenes from anime that you've never ever seen, and you can twist them, move them however the fuck you want, and just end up with something totally different. And you can do it with a song that you like, a music that you like, and it's just fun, just so much fun. You don't have that stress. You don't really have that stress that is this gonna be accepted? Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna? You don't care.
Yeah, you just go with the flow, man. You don't force it.
That's amazing, man. So you do what you like. That's amazing.
I think that's really important for any editor, is just to sit down.
It's about for everything. I mean, if you do your job like you like your job, it will be easier for you to do your job. You know, if you go to your work, be like, oh my god, enough. They're gonna see that face. You know, it's not gonna work.
And you know what? Along the way, when you're making the video, I was actually, I had no idea. Like, I did not know who Yumika back then, and then she contacted me. I was like, I heard that you're making something really interesting, and I said, wow, that's quite a surprise. I mean, from you, like, I really respect your work to think that my work is actually interesting. Then the conversation started, and she was like, if you need any help, let me know. I can help you. I mean, it's better to send ideas and stuff.
That's amazing.
I was more than motivated to get like someone like this from this caliber to notice you, to help you. I think this is what
but you need to. I think the motivation, you made it by yourself. You didn't make like the work that you made here now.
Yeah.
Umika would not come to you and be like, oh, I'm interested. So the motivation kind of like created yourself through your works.
It's quadruplated. Like, imagine I was working silently on my video. I was really not expecting anything. And then you get these messages, these really motivating messages that, you know what, maybe whatever we're doing, it's not for nothing. Maybe it means something. So you give everything. You give, and along the way, you pick up new skills. Like, I can promise you, the things I learned making my video, for example, Fracture for Across, I had no idea how to make them at the beginning. Like, I had zero knowledge. All I had to do, sit down, have faith that something gonna come out, all of this, and work. Because once you need the knowledge, you know what to look for. You literally just click away from the internet, go to Google, and look up for whatever you want to learn. And that's it. That's why there's no secret.
Yeah,
There's no
you,
like.
you can learn.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can learn what.
That's actually amazing. You just like you focus. That's amazing.
Okay.
That's really amazing.
I mean, that's the right way to do it. To be honest, that's like the fucking right way.
Yeah, that's the right way.
I
Most
mean,
of the people
don't
they
do it this way. We're just gonna do something, you know, like I know, we're just gonna try to do something stupid. I mean,
Most
you're
of
doing it in the right way. It's like I like to do this. I will do this. I will learn how to do this. It's like in a chill way. You don't stress over it. You know, you enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the best fucking way to do it. Like,
Exactly, because I understand the stress. Like, I'm talking about an editor that is going to edit 3 minutes videos or 5 minute videos. There's a huge stress when you start a video like this because you have no idea how it ends. Like, you are stressing your brain, like, to think about every single part, how it's gonna be, how it's gonna look like, and that's impossible. You cannot do that. All you have to do, sit down,
to be honest
work
with you,
on whatever parts you're inspired to work on, and move on. Don't dwell on it too much. And at the end, you will realize that everything connects. Every part you made connects to everything else.
yeah, but
It's
like,
really that.
you really need to think about it. You just sit down, you think about it. You like you know what you have to do.
Sure,
you do
you
research. I mean, you know what I want to say. It's like some people just do random stuff. You know, they just pull random stuff. But in editing, if you want to do if you want to do proper editing, you have to think. Like you think what you do.
No, yeah, that's he was talking. I think he was talking only the things to like just sit down and edit, man. Of course, you have to plan everything. Like you have to plan your AV, you have to plan your ideas.
You must have a general idea. That's gonna be your route.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
normal.
for most
What
of
I'm
us,
saying is that do not stress over it. It's just gonna make sense out of it.
Don't
Like
overthink it. Don't
yeah.
overthink it. Kind of.
for most of us, this is like self-understanding. Like, of course, you have to plan your ideas, your concept, your thematic, how it will flow, why, you know, like for most of us, like these are like self-understanding stuff.
Excuse me, I didn't think.
Okay, so okay.
Okay. we got.
No, I know when it happens, man. I know when it happens.
Okay.
Well, I know when it happens. So I'm like, I gotta have to wait. Is he disconnected for like 10 seconds or like 1 second?
Oh, that's not okay. Why he didn't die? Wait.
I was like waiting. I was
No,
like,
I'm here.
Is he disconnected for 1 second or 10 seconds?
Well, let's count. You know how to count. 1,
1, 2, 3. So back to the editing. So as I was asking you about like level up and acros and how did you make this possible? And as you said, it's like just as simple as it sounds to like just sit down and do it.
Well, I will try to explain it better. Like I will try to explain my process. Okay.
Yes, and
Like,
here is my question. Here is my question. The hardest stuffs are the simple one. So how? Like most of the time, the hardest ones are the simple one, the most simple one. So I'm pretty sure it's not that easy to just sit down and do it and like.
I think the first decisions you take while making a video are like gonna decide about 80% of the results of your video. If you can, this is what I do it. This is how I do it. I'm gonna tell you the experience of Fracture, for example.
Yeah.
All right, I had this idea to make something like that with zero gravity and stuff, and couple and empty city and everything you've seen in that video. But I lacked like characters. I did not.
I would.
What? Excuse me?
Don't worry, it's not me.
I think that's Dan brother. Dan brother exposed.
I was say something.
He was playing Gotham. It's like, holy fuck, it did so much damage. Like, wait. That's fine.
Kappa. Okay.
Yeah, Kappa, just continue.
Okay, back. We're sorry for that. Back to what you say about Fracture.
So, this is how I do it. for example, I took every single scene that he appeared on the anime, and I cut it separately. So I had a composition just full of scenes of the main guy, the main character. And then the second composition, I had all the scenes of the female character. The third composition, I had so many scenes of just the environment, just the city, and so on. Like I try to separate the elements I will be using on my video. So once I had this organized stuff, all I had to do, go back to my song and look for an inspiration, try to listen to a little, like for that 10-15 seconds, try to listen to it over and over again till something will strike my mind and I'll think, okay, this kind of idea will fit here. So I will look back into my compositions, which I have already cut the scenes. I'll then like scroll through them, and if I find something fitting, I will take it and I will take it to the timeline and try to play with it. And it's just a question of play. You will find yourself having this easy access to all the scenes. You're not gonna be demotivated to look for, like, download a whole episode. You have to convert it again, and then you have to cut the scene, and then you have to edit it. That process alone, like, takes so much time, and it will just kill the inspiration.
Dan is a mini gorz. Dan is a mini gorz. He does the same.
I cut every scene.
He's like taking the episode and tries to like squeeze every scene of that episode.
Like, I don't skip any. I go frame by frame, like.
And he's trying to squeeze everything, and then he puts everything like in a position.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
just
name
take
every
the scene.
Yeah, and I name every scene like crying, jumping. So I know what's up. Yeah.
So for you, experimenting is the key of inspiration, or did I get it wrong?
Definitely. Zero Gravity, by the way, was just you will not believe it. I randomly masked a chair, and it was like I moved the layer of it randomly on the composition, and it was like on the, like it looks like it was on the sky. It looks like there's no gravity, and I was, for a second I was like, not bad. I think I can go with this, and that what happened. I went with it. I had no plan. I think I was gonna make it. It just happened. This is why I stress the idea of sitting down, because once you sit down, you really commit yourself to whatever gonna happen. And trust me, you cannot underestimate your brain. It will come up with some really amazing things. You will surprise yourself. Just get down, and it will happen.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
That's amazing. So
I know this is not like an ABC kind of. You guys wanting like, I want to click here, then click there, and then it will make sense.
No, it doesn't work this way. It doesn't work this way.
So you have to sit down and try to.
Yeah. I mean, and also what I like about that thing, like everybody edits in a unique way. You know, you can't really edit like almost like you will do an effect, I will do it, but mine will look different from yours. You know, because
definitely. I'm not telling you that this is how you do it. This is how I do it.
No, it's not. I'm saying like this is what I mean. Like you can tell us you do this effect and you're gonna be like this. I mean, it's not how it works. It's not.
It can't work. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that.
Well, out there is like plenty of information, like get knowledge.
I mean, that's because you have motivation and you want to do it. I mean,
but it's good that everybody interprets it at its own. You know, like that's where your like touch comes in.
That's true too. I mean, we share something. All of us, we share something. Like, we have a common ground, like to look at it. Like even though we can edit differently, even though we have different results, we still use the same tools. We still use the same, approach. Maybe we have so much things in common that we give credits for.
Exactly.
But anyway, this is how I approach this.
Makes sense, man. Makes sense. I mean, yeah.
I'm glad.
So I was saying that there's like plenty of information out there. It just depends the way you interpreted it, and that's like the main source of your own touch as an editor, and like started to like create your own style and everything. And talking about touch and style, like even like last time when you're like disconnected time because of the Russian DDoS.
Yeah, I was wrong. Sorry.
even because of last time.
You guys, if you guys ever come to Morocco, you're gonna understand why is it so bad here.
We're gonna get the dust too, man.
We're gonna get the dust too, man. So
yeah, Russia gonna try to hack you.
And last time I know we were talking about this, and I know I like opened this subject, but I just want to like talk again about it because I find it an interesting subject. What about your touch? Like you made so many different categories, type of AMVs, yet everyone has its own touch, and like it just like gives the right feeling for that category.
To be honest, I remember what he replied.
How you doing, man?
I still remember what he replied.
That's because I know we were here. We were here.
Yeah.
I wish I can just like tell you how. Like I wish I can just tell you A plus B equals something, 1 plus 1 equal 2.
So guys, you open your program.
I would try. No. Well, first of all, I really have seen a lot of AMVs. I'm talking about thousands. I'm talking like a lot of AMVs. Like from, I think the past 5 years, I don't remember like not watching AMVs like every single time, and maybe I will get bored. I'll probably go lurk in AMV news and see whatever can like is there uploaded and like watch it. Maybe I don't watch for 10 days and come back and like watch for everything like happened in like past month, past contest, or I don't know. Just question to say up to date what's going on. Okay, so I do have this background. I do have this let's say this visual memory. Okay, this visual memory.
You have experience. That's the word. You have experience. Like maybe you don't want to say it because like it's a personality, you want to shit like this. But you have experience, man. Like
I think I'm not gonna say I'm really experienced, but
no,
I can say what's good and what fits for something
else. You
else.
want to be modest and stuff like
this. Dude,
when you watch,
why God sounds so much as evil spirit of a man, dude? This nothing. So cool.
I know, right? Damn, take your own character.
It's fine.
You sound so much like me, dude. Why are you
It's fine. I'm Fury. I can take responsibility. I can say it.
I
can say it. You have experience because like it's been years and years. You watch a lot of AMVs and you edit on this level. You have experience, man.
So yeah, you do like have you do develop this eye of what fits for a dance video and what fits for a drama video and what fits for a fun video and so on.
I perfectly understand that because I'm the same way. Like I understand, Like,
calm down, gorz. Calm down, man.
Alright, gorz. I'm so sorry.
You better be sorry. What do you think I am, dude?
Please forget my ignorance.
So back to the topic.
Yeah. But even though that you have this visual memory, you really need to give. This is gonna sound a little edgy as I told you last time.
I am man.
But every video you must edit with your feeling. You have to not just make like a video for the sake of making a video. You have to express something, and trust me, people gonna relate to it. Even if you are an experienced editor or just a viewer who watch for the merely sake of having fun, if they sense that the editor is actually putting something from like really trying to put something, they will feel it, they will connect to it, and this is really important. Sometimes it's hard to connect, like to leave this emotional side into a video. It's really hard because people think about the technique so much. They think about all this amazing tricks, amazing, I don't know, knowledge of the program, and the video ends up flat. It will end up just.
There's no feeling, no touch, no nothing.
Not like a soul. Like the video,
it's just about like the transitions and whatever,
it will be just a show off. And
I remember.
It's so sad when a video is just a show off. Like no one gonna remember it. It will fade.
I remember you said last time something like, I will take an inspire editor way.
Yes,
ahead of
I
the
can
editor.
repeat that. I will
remember
take
that you
an
said that.
inspired editor who knows like basically just two things about editing, and he masters them, and he knows exactly when to use them. Than an editor who knows so much. He knows so fucking much. You see his video and you think this is the next Mozart, but there is nothing that like the video ends up flat. The video ends up so empty. And it's quite sad because you're giving up so much time just to end up with a sad video.
Yeah, it doesn't.
quite sad.
You watch it, you don't feel anything. You watch it and forget it. I get what you mean. You watch it one time and like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, there are like plenty of ways.
Well, I'm not trying to stress the idea that the whole thing is a serious
I mean, it's
thing.
not bad. I mean, we're not saying the other technical ones are bad. It's just it's a different type of AMV, I guess. You know.
Yeah,
I mean, both.
It's like listening to music. You listen to a song and you know it's a really good song, but it doesn't touch you. You know, like
yeah. It's not a bad song, but
oh, this is getting so touchy right now.
what is Celia, man? Holy shit! We already.
What's
alright.
boys?
Now we're out, boys. We're out. I have to go.
It's fine for
God
the
damn
next.
it, Gorz, get your cell. Yeah, where is it?
I'll make sure for the next podcast I invite another girl. Holy shit, man!
Oh, shit, man. Sorry, bro. We're not into that, man.
So
Yeah, so the difference, there's one thing that I always try to edit something different because it challenged me. First thing it does really challenge me. It is a risk. I'm gonna promise you're gonna frustrate you. You're gonna want to bang your head against a wall because you are now stepping into a ground that you've never been before, and everything seems different.
Guys,
But
like me when
if-
I did action. Same.
I know, right?
Dude, what the hell?
But if you don't give up, it actually pays off.
Actually-
I have to be honest with you. When I try to edit action, I just don't understand what I'm doing. Just
for me, actually, here I'm talking for myself.
it's like,
Being
I just
myself.
the scenes.
Yeah, how do you guys see it? Like, I'd like to.
I know
like to
I'm not
listen to it.
interviewing myself, but I just want to see this.
What a hater! You're gonna interview yourself?
Yeah, no. I just want to say, like, even for me, it's like really high,
God damn it, Dan.
really high basics equals high, like harder stuff, like more complex stuff. So if you have like high basics, gives you like a highest result for the highest stuffs that you're like for more complex ones that you want to
And
do.
you have to have the basics down, like scene selection, everything.
This is
If you
another point. This is another really good point. The basics. It's so hard. They're so boring. Someone just new to editing, he was like, most of the time, he just don't want to spend or invest the time to learn the basics. He just want to make the cool stuff, all these flashy things or eye candy stuff. And actually, it hurts. It hurts him at the end. Like he will realize a lot of stuff is lacking that he take the time to learn at the beginning.
Yeah, like to be honest, the result won't be as good. I mean, if you start to be like, I can do this transition and like do these effects and like the hard stuff is just the result is not gonna be good. If you have solid basics like like the scene selection, dynamic, mood, atmosphere,
pace of the song.
yeah,
quality.
pace of the song. I mean, this is very important.
Frame
It's like the
rate.
base,
There's
like-
so much stuff going on into this.
Yeah, like, and I know it's boring to cut scenes because like sometimes I cut like 500 scenes, and I end up using like 100 of them. I have like 100 screens, 500 scenes. I cut everything. I go around a little, but I mean it's the way I do it. I don't know. Like I know sometimes just people like scroll through the episodes and find the right scenes, but for me it doesn't work this way because for me it's like, what if the scene you need is on the last episode? And you need it at the beginning already, it kind of makes a difference sometimes. Because until you get to the last episode, you probably like reuse another scenes to that part. I mean, sometimes it helps, I don't know, but it's just the way I do it, so it really depends.
Yeah. Well, as long as it works for you, then
Yeah.
more power to you.
Man. Yeah, I admit that like for some people it might like work differently. For some people,
I'm not saying it's a bad.
Yes, it's just people have to like This is another thing. Like you have to be patient. Like it come overnight.
True.
Be patient. And basics are like huge. Like the basics are huge. Like a good scene selection, like a good, a really good understanding of the color could make the difference between like a good AMV and a really good AMV. You know, like that's a huge difference.
Great AMV, yeah.
Yeah. It's my new League of Legends reference.
But the thing is, this is my point of view. I mean, most of this basic knowledge right now is being only it just exists in like from a studio to another studio. Like before, I used to remember AMV News used to have this topics on the forums, like what you should be learning first when you approach AMVs, and it was really helpful. Like I owe so much to them. Like I learned, especially at the beginning, I was so shy. I will be so shy to go to someone and ask them, how did they do this and how did they do that? So what I would do, I would go to the forums, and even though they're in foreign languages like Russian, I will try to fight my way to understand what they're trying to say. And there was so much knowledge which is kind of lost right now, because I know not so many people are using it. There was the org too, the AMV org.
Yeah, I think it's anime music videos org or some stuff.
Yes. Yeah,
I remember that.
They were really helpful too. But
to be honest, it's pretty dead right now, man. Like it's pretty dead. Even like news right now, it's not what it was before in the day. I mean, you laugh every time about my comments. I mean, what's right now? You have like 5 people commenting. It's really go down. It got down.
It's not just that. I think AMV News also from their standards. Like AMV News had also standards, and now everything just gets in there. Like everything gets on the front. And there's like huge mistakes between like finding exam section, like huge potential editors that maybe could deserve front page, and they don't get it. And then you watch front page, and it's like lower quality content than exam section.
Yeah, I think what it misses is like somebody who has experience to actually judge those videos.
It's not just that. It's as he said, he was talking knowledge, and he could have like accessed knowledge, and he was like thanking to AMV News. Nowadays is missing it because they lowered their standards. Like I remember their like rules of news. If you miss if you have like watermarks or like intercalated scenes or something, you'll never make on the front page, or you'll never even make in like this section, you know. Yeah,
but don't even allow it, because you have
to. But now it gets everything,
like,
man.
Yeah, you have to pass like a verification thing. I remember that. Yeah. To be honest, I forgot about it. Yeah, you're right.
So, because you are talking about like there were like knowledge on AMV News and stuff like this, it's just. Also, it's like this stupid shit that you're gonna find everywhere, even in real life. I'm friend of that friend, so you're gonna,
Oh yeah, definitely, remember.
You're gonna do what you have to do, and yeah.
Well, I think you guys are doing a really. Damn right. Well, you guys, I think you guys are really doing a good job, like setting a community right now. So many people are following up your stuff, and to me, if you can like create this library maybe, or make it easier like access for newer editors to access this basic information, to give them a good start to be able.
I mean, we could do that. We will do more in the future. We will do more in the future, I think.
For the library and stuff like this.
And if you need my help, I will be more than happy.
I know. We know that. We know, actually. And we're like really grateful and honored. We already have like a small... Come on, man. You gotta honor this. Like, if there's someone who does badass shit, it's fine. It's cool. I get it. If there's someone who's like willing to help, for like a good cause,
I'm joking.
That's honorable, okay?
You know what I told you, Gorz? You could be fucking the best editor ever, but if you're not a good person, it doesn't matter for me.
Mentality, it's everything. Yeah. Anyway,
I agree with mentality. Yeah.
Switching to what I said. Me, me, my team, and next to the community, where they have like a small project. It's called like beta testing. Whoa, what I mean. It's like it's accessible for every editor, man. And through beta testing, if you get like through the process and you already like improve yourself and like you got better to a point where it's like okay, we see potential. You already got better, and you show us that you work hard and that you deserve this. We actually take them in our team too. Like we're just
and we actually respect that.
Yes, and we have like projects. We have like Hazam was our like project. Ven was our project. Kazeshin was our project. Like, and it's accessible for everybody right now through Nexus. You just go to beta testing, and you're like, I'm willing to do this AMV. Could you please help us? Like,
that's amazing. That's amazing.
But as you said, like also to like it's accessible, but it's just people don't want to, you know.
I don't know. It's sometimes I just.
If we have more good videos, the community wins. I mean,
Scenic was our project too. I forgot to say about that. Scenic was our project too. And...
we did a lot of stuff. I mean, we have some members who left and shit like this. We also like push them.
And of course we had like other people that we tried to push in. It just didn't fit. It was just like it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, for us, it's not all about the editing. You know, you also have to.
Well, of course, to get in the team is something different. Beta testing and like getting help, and like getting the help is there.
I mean, we always help everybody. I mean, I don't know, but sometimes for me it's hard to help somebody who doesn't even have the basics down. Man, like he doesn't understand what he's doing. You know, so it's really hard when I watch something and I understand that he wanted to go for that thing. I can help him improve. But when I watch zoom out on every scene, I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
It's fine as long as everybody has the chance. The same chance is fine.
I could help everybody to start from the beginning. You don't start from the 100. You know, you start from zero.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm saying this because I've been there. Right? It was really hard for me to learn, mainly because I was kind of shy to seek knowledge, which I really hope that if you have a question, go ahead and ask your questions. This is a really big mistake I've been doing. There's a lot of waste of time gonna waste, but even though that you learn the thing, it will sell you waste time, and you cannot waste time. You waste everything, but not your time. So I'm saying this because I know how hard it is for a new editor to walk in right now. This community, like, so intimidating. So many studios, so many people, like, probably will look down on you, probably will discredit you, probably will have to do so much just to get like a little attention. And even though you will get so much, even though like you make so much effort and you think that your video is worth it and stuff, you also be ignored because your name is not big enough. I mean, you're not famous. Dude, judges are quite. Yeah, judges will
That's my fucking words, man. That's my fucking words. This is why you fucking gave us Spirit IMVs. Man. I mean, we understand each other. I mean, that's fucking easy. I mean, that's my words, man. I really understand what you're saying, and I also agree. Like, I'm the same, but
it's quite demotivating for a lot of editors. And trust me, when I'm looking for inspiration, I really go watch new editors, really new editors. Why? Because they don't give a fuck whether you like your videos or not. They are so new, they have no idea what's like they expect. They're just gonna make whatever they like, and they take that risk they take. Like, it's really I respect that, man, and I take so much inspiration from that. Like, whenever I try to challenge myself to make a video, I approach it like I am just walking for the first time to this community. I don't know anyone, no one knows me. I'm gonna make this the way I want it, and if it works out, good. If it doesn't work out, good. I learn from it. That's my point.
Yeah, there's nothing to lose.
This is why I try really to help new people, because I think they are the fucking future, man. I mean, the new ideas we're gonna change this community. I'm not saying it is bad. I'm just saying that we get into this circle that we have expectations. We have people waiting for us to do things, and things probably the way they are always seen it, and you just want to experience something completely new, and you feel like you are threatening everything you've been building so far.
Yeah, exactly. Like how they will react to something different from me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, it's how you say. It's all about how you like to do it, not how they like you to see it. You know, it's how you like to do it.
Well, at the end of maybe as long as you really want to make something and it is good, people will relate to it like sooner or later. That's it. Just what it is.
I mean, I like your diversity thing, man. You know, like you're gonna be diverse. Like you don't do the same thing for 10 years straight and be like, I'm. You know? I like your diversity, man. I like how you put it. You know? What did I say, dude?
Come on, man. That's exactly the main editors in.
I didn't even say Twitch, dude. I didn't even say Twitch. Come on, boys, calm down.
I know that you didn't say Twitch, but kind of sums up the entire.
Yes.
Let's say France scene right now. Right now, it sums up the entire. It's true, man. It's true. It's a lot of. There are a lot of like front editors that they like.
Evil Spirits is such a wise man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a wise man.
Thank you. I'm Evil Spirits. Nice to meet you.
You forgot, bro.
Welcome to Nexus.
High five.
High five.
Did you just high five yourself?
Did I try, man? It's for the podcast. Like,
you were talking about something like demotivated editors, and I can relate myself. I made one time like a huge comment on AMP News. Like I wrote like almost an entire book. I tried to like copy an Asia.
It happens.
And
what did you say?
I was like kind of in a phrase was like kind of the same idea. They're like a lot of new editors demotivated because like kind of I call it bullshit because it's kind of a bullshit. To the bullshit is what's happening right now. They're like, and next time when they want to try again, they will not try again because they're like demotivated and kind of scared.
Yeah, they're like scared. Yeah.
To present themselves.
Just want to explain something. To care about the new editors, it doesn't mean to like lie to them that their work is good and it is not. Because
where did you find this guy, dude?
Can I be serious with you?
Yeah.
On Facebook. On Facebook, man.
I know, right? What the fuck is this? A fucking date?
On Tinder. I found him on Tinder.
No, I'm just trying to say that maybe you can help new editors. You don't have to like be nice to them. Give them what they like. Give them information. That's the best thing you can do. Give them information. Give them knowledge.
Like,
yeah, give them that knowledge. Don't just sit down like and leave a troll comments and feel like you are like jerking your ego and thinking that you are superior than them or something. Sit down, take the time, write something that can be useful to them. And I salute every single one who do that because I see someone who really cares about this. If you have some problems with your life, do not take on fucking forums on AMV News or AMVs just so you can like feel better about yourself. Grow up.
You guys don't need to. I can leave.
What again?
No. Fun comments are fine. Like if you put a fun comment.
That's fucking 100 in my opinion, man. It's like,
yeah, it just depends. I mean, I'm talking about new editors mainly because they don't know you. Fun comments between friends and people you probably know for so long. That's fine. I do that all the time.
If someone comes to
just
like trying to make it clear, like if someone comes to an AV and like put a funny comment and it's like it relates to the AV and you can find information there. Like if he's making fun in a let's say not in like
zoom my life into pieces.
Yes, if it's like a stupid joke like this. If it's a stupid joke like this, you can tell by yourself. Okay, next time let's zoom, man. So this guy can't sing anymore.
That's what I do.
It's not like, but of course they're like retarded comments like "kill yourself," "stop editing." Like, what the fuck are we with this stuff?
Yeah, it's about this stuff. Like, we've been through that, Alex. It's enough.
You said it. Like, give information. Like, if you wanna post a rough comment,
that's the best thing you can do. Yeah, give information.
even if you want to post a rough comment and show that you're better in your ego and stuff like that.
That's exactly what I am trying to stress on. Like, you don't have to be nice. I'm not telling you.
Yeah, like, but give information, give
right
tips,
wherever
give,
you are.
I mean,
To
not being nice is my job anyways. But I don't know, I like to help people, to be honest. Like, I don't mind, but I also have to show motivation. Guys, I'm alive?
Look,
Oh, wait, Gorz? Wait.
Yeah.
Are you okay, man? Okay, alright.
yeah,
So I don't mind from my point of view anyways. Like, I'm happy to do it. But they have to be also motivated. I'm not like gonna help somebody who doesn't give a shit about, you know, what I'm gonna say. I mean, it's not really helping it. I mean, if I see somebody even like he doesn't know what to do, but if he's motivated, he wants to learn, like he's gonna listen. Probably he's gonna show me something I don't know myself. You know? Probably he's gonna teach me, and I'm gonna teach him. You know, because I don't know, from my experience, like in a lot of times when I did collabs with people, I would learn something new from them because they have a different way of.
Everybody can relate that.
So I mean,
if I can say something,
yes,
even when me and my novice one level up, even me as pro, like I learned a lot of new stuffs there. Like it's just because you can do better stuff than anybody, there's not information for you to learn and assimilate, you know. So as you said that you watch new editors because they risk everything, like everybody can learn just from like beta testing a random guy for themselves, you know, like.
Yeah, because they have this mentality of they have nothing to do with it, you know?
Yeah, we don't care about like.
I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really important to keep in mind. Because at the end of the day, we are freaking making MVs more. We're not making money or something.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, you are just.
Yes, but also like let's acknowledge that even if we do just MVs, by the end of the day, for someone can be just only MVs and chill the fuck out their only MVs, but for someone else, it can be just like a small open door to something huge. And
definitely.
We know what we're talking about here. Like there are people starting as MVs, and some of them right now they're like freelancing for like studios, like real studios, they're earning money, or they're like people that start like through AMVs and now they're making their own like animation, digital projects, and they like selling really well. So it also depends like on people. It's like some people might say it's just maybe chill out. Some people might like, you know, take opportunity in it and learn. Do you see yourself ever stopping doing this stuff, or do you see yourself from like AMVs going to something even further beyond like animation or like, don't know, like projects and like.
This reminded me. It's like the Dragon Ball video. Go farther beyond. You know?
Over 9,000. Will you ever go over 9,000?
No,
well, I don't see myself stopping editing. That's for sure. Like, even though I have stopped editing the past 2 years, whenever I get the time, like I'm all by myself, I will sit down and literally I'll be writing stories, I'll be writing scripts, and I have right now a book full of scripts. What I'm trying to fight for right now is my time to be able to get those ideas like out there. But sometimes my like projects are kind of demanding more knowledge than what I know now. And with the material I have, like especially Fracture has been admired so much, and I appreciate that. But I made a video on a really, excuse the word, shitty computer. It was a laptop and it was a mess. I lost so much time just freaking watching like the preview, try to see how the scene will look like. So right now I'm trying to work to do my best actually to get money so I can better my, you know,
your possibilities
my gear.
Yeah,
we will open a donation.
Because
we'll open a donation.
I'm doing quite good so far, but right now the best I'm trying to do is to save time, because this is what I realize: time is your most luxurious thing you ever have. Is if you can slow down the use of your time, if you at least like spending a whole day trying to do something on this computer, maybe you can do it in half an hour, another computer, and more powerful computer. This is exactly what I'm trying to do.
You don't waste as much time.
But we can relate. Everybody can relate.
Yeah, I think anyone can relate to this.
Everyone can relate to stuff.
I don't know, my PC it's like fucking expensive, so
I don't know. I can relate. Like I had a shitty PC.
But to answer your question,
I had the dual core, man. Back in the day, I had the dual.
But still, no excuse, man. Like let's be 100. No excuse, man. Like there's no excuse. If you have a shitty PC or a really good PC, there's no excuse to be like.
To be honest, people do good stuff on shitty PCs. Too.
Yeah, let's be like.
Yeah.
I have a really good PC.
But to answer your question, I'm not stopping. Matter of fact, as I told you, like at the beginning of this podcast, I met like 80% of people I know, that which I consider like close people from this community, from this AMV community. And I don't want to like just cut this thing, this bone, just go away and do your thing. And not just like that. I do enjoy this possibility of making 2D representation of something and express something with it, and some people you never knew or heard of are watching it around the planet. I think that's pretty amazing.
It is actually,
yeah.
At least in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I do think like for whatever you can express yourself, and it's like a form of art. It's creative. It's really good, man. Like it's really good, and also it's like self-developing kind of stuff. Like
definitely,
you can watch them just like being just AMVs, but by the end of the day, you still learn something, and you still have
and you put a lot of
there,
effort and time,
and you have a lot of effort, and there's a lot of stuff.
But I just hope that us as a community, I'm not talking about teams or studios, I'm talking about everyone, the whole thing. Like, we really try to grow together, because if we compare ourselves to, I know the arts communities, those 3D communities, those people are doing much better than us, and they are improving so fast. And like if we compare ourselves to them, we're just a freaking point of dust thrown in space.
Sure,
we're nothing. We're nothing. And it's quite sad, because we have so much potential and it's not being used. Which brings me to another point. Actually, contests are not motivation like as they used to be.
That's true.
To be there's like not. It's not like real money prize, you know.
I don't think that it's needed to be a money prize, as long as
to be honest,
it's not about money. It's
yes, but
it's just...
listen. But if they paid you like not, I'm not gonna say like a huge amount of money, but a decent amount of money, I think it will like really motivate you a bit more. You know,
if you find, for myself, you find your motivation in money, and just because you want to do a great AMV just for that money. I'm not saying some people might need that money, you know.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Money is fine.
I'm
fine. Money, dude, we have to live out of something.
But if you want to create something good, just for the sake of money, I think that's a wrong way to like.
Yeah, it's a wrong way to do it. But listen to me. If you get that extra little bit,
it does feel wrong, but let's be honest. Money is money.
Of course, let's be honest. Like, if you give me 100 euros,
sorry, bro.
Yeah,
you cannot freaking like. You need money. This is normal. That's and this is one of the best motivation like right now, like at this age we are living in.
Nobody gonna invest money. The thing is like nobody gonna invest money because there's no competition.
No, there's no way to get money out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you invest money, you want to, right? So. Right now, it's kind of impossible to happen because there's no competition. Like you look out there and you want to like compete, and everybody barriers in between? Like this contest had its own barrier, this contest had its own barrier.
I think we were doing fine like 2 years ago when best AMVs was around. Like the exposure was amazing. So many people was like watching the videos. I mean, once the video is uploaded there, it is guaranteed, almost guaranteed. It's gonna be seen by at least 1 million. And from that 1 million, maybe something like, I don't know, an opportunity can rise. I mean, you don't know what
them will like what you did and offer you something. I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And everything there's a possibility for something huge. Well,
exactly. Well,
so,
yeah.
if you,
Alex,
what up, dude? Let me fucking talk, man. You don't let me fucking talk, man.
Go to the next category, man.
I wanna go to the next fucking category, man. You don't let me fucking talk, man.
Go to the fucking next.
I know, right?
Relationship goals.
Yeah. No, actually, we have to finish our map too for the styles, so we are in pressure of time too. Because at least we try to finish the map.
Tell him to invite a grill fest. We talk with her.
Kappa, dude, just listen what I have to say. Because next we try to finish in time and not to fix after 2 weeks, you know. So easy. So
shots fired.
So as I said, trying to move to the next category. If you guys have any questions, gorz, or like anything to ask or any suggestion or anything to talk about, just like leave it down in the YouTube chat or on our podcast or on our Discord ridiculous text channel.
Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. Just put any type of question. Like if you don't want to talk,
I know you guys ask a funny question.
Oh god, then, I'm scared.
Till then, I will let Dan to like ask you or like suggest anything to talk. So bring the most evil spirit shit ever, man.
What the fuck?
Holy shit!
You fucked up now, man.
Holy shit!
Sure, guys, you have to ask. If you guys want to ask, yeah, don't worry, man. We're fine. I'll be gentle this time.
That sounds really, really,
really fucking gay.
Holy fuck! It's not what I mean. What the fuck?
Hashtag no homo.
No homo. Man. Hashtag no homo.
Hashtag no blowjob.
Kazeshin is asking, will you make an action AMV with Dragon Ball Z? It's a good question. Gorz.
Wait, what?
Will you make an action AMV with Dragon Ball Z?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
When? We want to know when. No, just tell me sure, man. I want to know when you want to.
We want to watch that Goku AMV, man.
Yes, man.
An AMV in Dragon Ball Z. Well, yes. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. Maybe. Sure, why the fuck not?
Yeah, man, he's doing it for a cross. It's confirmed. All right, next.
Kyoto. I don't know how to say his name. He says he's smelling your Across video.
Yeah, man, confirmed.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z actually Across video goes.
He said I can smell Across.
All right, let me check out.
Smelling Across. Oh. Well,
this next question.
Will it be the Dragon Ball Z one?
Yes, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Or the Clanad one.
The D contest. The squad is asking, what about the D contest? You know, how about the...
Pardon me, what did you say?
Squads Amave is asking you about the D
contest.
Ah, the D. Okay, yes. Well, that's, I think, in private. Move next.
No, it's about 35, man. You know, good editor don't have big, small D's, man. It's only big D's.
Leave the centimeters home, bring the meters, man.
Easy, man. Guys, gotta ask them. Guys, gotta go move to the next question.
Come on, Dan. You gotta put your own question.
Oh, my own question?
Yes,
I don't know. I ask him. It's like asking my. It's like if I ask him about editing. It's like asking.
Not about editing, man. I said you can put or suggest anything ridiculous to talk about. Like if you want to talk about, I don't know.
Yeah, guys. Well, feel free to ask me, but I'd like like to take this opportunity, if anything, like it can help you with your videos or anything. I think I will be much more happier if I can walk out of this podcast knowing that I can be of value. All right, so use me.
Use me, boys.
Okay, dude, that sounds wrong as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know. No homo.
You're in the BDSM or some shit like that.
Man was like, use me. Yeah, man. No,
there's some BDSM, some shit like that.
Wait, I like this question. How is girlfriend looks like? Wait, what? You have to type proper English, dude. How is girlfriend looks like? Dude, I don't know.
How is your girlfriend looking like?
She's beautiful. Yeah.
And she's black, man, I confirm that.
She inspired me.
Is she black?
Move next.
No, next.
Then wait, what?
You just open the gate for them to troll you.
Dude, that was a good question. I mean, she can be chocolate, you know, she can be black, she can be white, she can be Japanese, I don't know.
Yeah, she can be everything, actually.
Exactly.
For you, she can be everything.
For us, we don't know. Right.
Quite emotional.
Oh. Very emotional. It distracts me like
Sonic Freak and Novi is asking how to go.
Hey.
How to go? It's easy, man. You just walk there and be like, "Who do you think I am? I'm fucking gorz." You know?
That's not true. You're still in the wrong idea about me.
Ah, man. Try my best impression of gorz.
How to gorz? Actually, I'm really like you, man. I don't know. It's a quite hard question.
Dude, how to gorz?
I really want you to be just yourself. I think that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah,
and be friends with Evil Spirit.
Evil spirits, that's another story, man. I think sometimes...
You know, gorz was my stalker, man. I'm scared, dude. Fuck.
What a liar. He stalked me for 2 years.
What?
You were pretending you were a girl for 2 years.
That's a fucking lie. What? Okay, dude. That was fucked up, man. That was
Get fucking trolled, man.
That was fucked up. That was fucked up.
Okay. Jules is asking you, what's your favorite Russian community?
Hey, Israel.
It's me.
So, what's your favorite editor from Russian community?
Oh, it's a really, really hard question.
I liked Trumplet before, man. He was.
No.
Trumplet?
When I started, if I get to answer this question seriously, like when I started making AMVs, I did have so many favorite AMV editors. Like I remember Seligman, I remember Gidra, I remember DJQ, I remember Quacka, Spirits, yeah, that's true. Next, Rebellion. I had.
Rebellion, did I remember?
I really had. I had Sheeny04. I don't think you guys remember this name. Sheeny, and there was Rez. There was Blabler. There was so many people.
Yeah, Rez. I know Rez. Yeah.
What about nowadays?
And I learned like from everyone. Like back in the time. Back in the day, like.
No.
He finished. Okay,
he did.
We're soon. So continue, bro.
Back in the day, I will. Sheen too.
Sheen, dude. Yeah. What about the other guy who made dance AMVs, man?
Holy Gerzers. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to spell it.
Do you remember?
Even though recent editor, but what I'm trying to say is that I was influenced by so many people. I could not just say I have one best editor. I have so many best editors, so many people I follow their stuff. And still to this date, I cannot say I like this one more than this one.
I understand. Like you don't like to say it's my favorite.
That's a pretty smart way to answer. We got it. You don't want to tell us. It's fine.
I had to. No. I mean,
I was just kidding, man.
You cannot just take something. You have to take everything to be able. Like from everyone, I take something, and I try to form something.
What's good from it? Like everybody has something.
So if you answer, like you ask me right now this question, I will not be able to answer you. I'm sorry. Like in DNA too, how did I forgot him? Like I'm sorry if
he's not Russian, man. Come on, he's not.
Come
Russian.
on, he's from Afghanistan.
He's Afghan.
Pakistan.
Yeah. He's Afghan, man.
I don't know.
But like now I follow so many editors. Like I don't care. Like I really do follow so many editors, even though like most of them I can say that they're not known or they're not famous. I think you have every single editor can surprise you, and every single one you can learn from it, and every single editor has something special about like him. Like it will just be
something unique. Something unique.
You cannot copy that, you know.
Yeah. That's what I said before. Like everybody, that's the unique way of editing. This is why I like editing something. Because everybody. Kazishin is fucking trolling, man. I saw the question.
Kazishin is asking you, what software do you use?
What software I use?
Yes, what softwares do you use?
We only next to use Paint, man. Paint.
All right, this is okay. I use Premiere Pro. I use After Effects. I use Photoshop. I use Photoshop. I use Illustrator. I use Audition. Sometimes, right now, I'm learning ZBrush, and I also learning Cinema 4D. So I'm trying to get into this 3D more because it gives you more opportunity to, even though in the professional world, like you can get work easily with stuff. But I believe like this, like ZBrush and Cinema 4D, gonna be really of importance in the future, especially in the community. All we need actually is one video that do them justice. Like if you find an editor who can use these programs right, I'm sure lots of editors will be inspired to use ZBrush and
maybe you're the one. We gotta see. We gotta wait.
I hope.
We gotta wait, man.
We're gonna see the next level, man. Let's get it.
Sonic Freak is asking.
I do my best.
Sonic Freak is asking you: is flow essential for a good?
Yes.
Like, it's flow essential for a good edit?
Flow, okay.
Flow.
Let's actually let's decode what flow is, because
there are many types of.
I don't know, because from what I understood from watching other people's videos, I sense this understanding of flow is simply a scene that goes
into another scene, into another scene.
Dude, this is dance. What are you, Nostromo? Well,
I think he disconnected.
Back. Excuse my Moroccan internet. Anyway, let's say flow. Well, surely it is interesting. It is important. Well, how I see it is, how can you relate a scene from one scene to another? Meaning that you cannot just go from a night scene to a full day bright scene. The colors are so different. Even though the transition is perfect, it will look weird. There's an instant change of time. Flow is, it should like go from A to B with logic. With logic. I mean, you cannot. You respect time and you respect the events. What's happening. I know this sounds so abstract right now because it just comes to you when you're editing. It just feels right. Well, flow definitely is interesting in the importance in your work because it keeps the viewer interested about what's going to happen next, and I believe that's really important because people right now have this short, they don't have patience to watch your whole video if it doesn't make sense to them. They'll just X out so quickly. So to keep them interested.
That's true.
Yeah. They don't have the patience anymore. They just watch, they skip 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and so on. So what's gonna happen at the end? And your role as an editor is actually to keep him interested. And by doing that, you have to follow a set of logic. I mean, when you go from a scene to another one, try to ask your questions like why, what's the relationship between this scene and another one? What's the time zone? Is it accurate? Is the colors match? I mean, sometimes you have a really bright scene, a really dark scene. It feels like so different. This thing doesn't match. So I don't want to get too technical because you will have to learn about color theory. You have to learn about lights and shadow, negative space, and all this boring shit. But I think it's important that you just get
you're saying
a little knowledge
it has
about
to make sense. It has to make sense.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart.
It's like what's called it's smart editing. You know.
I think the best way you can learn about flow, from my own opinion, is from movies.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Movies are so well done because you just don't feel the presence of the editor or the presence of the cameraman. You don't feel it. You feel like you are inside that scene. I think that's what we should, aim for as editors. I'm not talking in general, you know. I hope this answers some of your questions. If not,
I hope people.
I'm just like you. I mean, I'm still learning myself. I cannot tell you that I know everything, but this is what I understand about this stuff.
I hope people actually will take the information and use it. That would be good.
If so, it doesn't make sense, I will try to write some answers later on a text maybe.
Are you sexy? Someone is asking you. Are you sexy?
It's up to you to decide that.
But he never
Why?
He never saw you, so he can't tell if you're sexy or not.
It's how I said picture first. Oh shit!
Nov is asking you concept or history on a good AMV, and that must make a big difference for the results, or just simply a great use of the scenes and the song, or does it depend on what you want to work on?
That's actually a good question.
How do you coordinate between the scenes and the songs? Is that what you're saying?
He's asking you what's more important, the concept or history? I don't really get what he means. History,
yeah, concept or history.
Properly,
concept is the same as history.
I think the history he's trying to say the way you relate stuff, or the concept. It's more important in AMV, and are mask necessaries for a huge difference result.
Oh, okay. Well, let's. You don't necessarily have you must have a concept for your video to be good. All you have to look for is just one little theme, one little idea, the general idea. You don't really have to dwell so much on why things happen to this character and what's gonna happen next. There are videos that they're not even stories, but they're very entertaining. They have this viewability. You can rewatch them over and over and over again, so not be bored with them. I can give you an example. This is one of my favorite AMVs. Spoil. It's pretty famous. This video doesn't have any story, but it's still relevant. 2017, 10 years being now, it's still relevant. It's what made the video good. I believe is that there was a coherence, there was a harmony, there was a set of thinking. The beginning is consistent with the end. Every decision was made was to show something about the anime. It wasn't like something original about the concept. It was just Death Note killing people, doing what Death Note is doing, but it's still he represented it in a very fresh way, very cool way that it's made it iconic. I believe it's not necessary for you to have a concept, but if you like having stories in your videos, then go for it, man. It's
all about what
no one's gonna stop you.
Yeah, so it's all about
But
what you want.
sure, but AMVs, like all the great AMVs, like if you put them in a circle and you try to study them, what they have in common, you will realize that they all have this consistency. They all have, they all give you the impression that the editor knew what he wanted to do. All right, he was confident in his this a emotion.
It's all of these things. I mean, it applies. You can't really. I don't know. I don't think there's a rule of how to do a bad AMV.
It's just people first needs to understand the basic.
Like it's
Back to what we're talking about.
like you
First of
said.
all, basics, really good basics, and then depending what you want to do, you can like have a story if you want to have a story, or like if you have a high understanding how to start and end an AMV story, or like
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do, man. It depends on.
you
what
need
want
understanding.
to
You
do.
need understanding of the stuffs. One more question, and then we're done with the questions. How much time do you spend in a project?
Let's say, well, the project that took me a bit like so much time was Fracture. It took me 2 months. The most of my videos are ICs, like they take 3 days. One video took me two videos took me 1 week. Gatsby and Suspension of Disbelief. Stop the Clocks took me 1 month, and Fracture 2 months. The rest were just ICs, so 3 days videos.
Nice one.
That's
about
actually
it.
pretty impressive.
Nice one, dude.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Oh,
So
well,
it's actually 3 days, guys, not 2 weeks. Like it doesn't work. So days.
ICs are really amazing. They teach you to step outside of your comfort zone first, and your expectations, they really destroy them, all of them, because you are at the mercy of the contest. So you are editing what they want, not what you want. And this is quite sad because a lot of editors, if you don't give them good songs in the song pack, they will not edit. They don't feel inspired. I understand the idea that AMVs are for fun, but I believe an editor should be able to tackle any problem, any challenge. Give him whatever you like, and he will do it. He will edit it. He will not like complain why the source is not what he likes or what the songs is what he likes. And believe me, if you go through that, you're gonna learn so much. And there's so little time you can like you'll be able to surpass stress.
Disconnect. Goku, come back, man. Don't die yet.
It's disconnected.
He'll
Yeah.
come back. Okay. He came back. He came back as heroes.
Man, we need to
really-
take out that antivirus DDoS thing.
I really apologize for that. It's when I talk too
Nah,
much.
it's cool. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But
So, as you said about
So-
the stuffs, I'm pretty sure that, or at least I hope that we sum up everything till now. We are sorry, but we have to close everything. We've been here for almost 2 hours, man. Can you even believe how time flies?
Yeah, it's 8:30 for me.
I hope you had fun with us, and I hope everybody.
It was a
Same,
seriously.
same.
We want to thank you for accepting being part of our podcast.
Come
Second
on,
time.
come on, pleasure. Come on.
Thank you very
Uh,
much. Kappa.
Listen, if anything, in my disposal to give back to the community, please do not feel shy. You can message me in private. I'll be more than
But
happy
first,
to answer your
yeah,
questions.
first you guys have to contact me, to pay me first. So.
No, I'm the manager. What the fuck?
Dude, come on, man.
God damn it, Danny.
Dude.
You take my job, man. What the fuck, dude?
What the fuck, dude?
Unless they drop that $1,000. So. What, man? We talk about this. We gotta make money, man.
Exactly, man. We gotta
I'm just joking.
Guys, if you want
I
to
know,
buy
right?
t-shirts, we sell
Yeah, I'm
t-shirts.
gonna sell.
Next
I'm gonna
is
sell
t-shirts
shirts.
You know?
incoming. Next is t-shirts incoming. So we want to thank you once
I
again.
can't wait.
No, but now for you, man. Thank you for joining us.
Me personally, I appreciate the.
I don't, because you sound like me. It's not good.
I want to thank to Jules once again to our Russian.
Thank you, Jules.
Yeah, thank you, Jules.
For our Russian.
It was amazing, man.
Boy. Without him, till now, none of this were possible without him. So Jules,
because our internet sucked dick, but
he's the Dark Knight.
It's in the dark. He's in the dark. But it's really cool. I mean, you know, like I said, the last stream, you are the only one who actually thanks Zul, like before even the stream started. I mean, people don't even like.
We respect that.
Yeah, we respect. And people like before we start this thing, we talk about like when we get to this thing, I'm like, what should I ask? Because I already like talked to you like for fucking 3 hours, but like whatever. Can ask you something, but yeah. No, but you know, we really appreciate that, and I think this podcast was really like educative for people, you know, to understand like how you do stuff.
I hope so. I hope so.
Your way of doing stuff is the right one, you know. I mean, it's not comfortable for everybody, but it's like the right way to do it, you know. So yeah, that's pretty great, man. I'm really
yeah,
I
hope
you share the same mentality as we do, like how to do stuff, like how to. I mean, that's really nice. And
it's simple. In few words, without effort, there are no results. So
exactly. I mean, if you're lazy,
Jules, when you're ready, just play Fracture, and thank you guys for being.
Wait, let me say something. Wait, I have to do this, man.
Okay. Don't close us, Jules.
Wait. So she reminds me tomorrow. Shout out to Olga MV from the podcast. You can start that.
Oh,
what the fuck, man?
So she tells me tomorrow because I don't even remember I said that tomorrow.
Oh.